Back inside now with Julianne Moore. We want to talk about your new movie, but you love this song.
I do. I love it. Cold never bothered me anyway.
Yeah. You're going to come out next time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this now. You star with Liam Neeson in this brand new thriller, Nonstop.
Yeah.
You're a passenger. He's a federal air marshal. Everything goes wrong in this transatlantic flight, and everyone's a suspect. We want to show everyone a little bit of it.
Okay.
Ever seen one before?
No.
The toilets were locked 10 minutes before the captain died. 5 minutes before that, I saw a woman enter. She's 70 years old. She said you went in after her, and she doesn't have Alzheimer's, if you're wondering.
Are you asking me if I saw someone else go in, or if I killed the captain?
I think he is.
I know. I'm very suspicious, don't you think?
Yeah, but your character is quite an enigma here. The only thing you really know about her is that she really wanted a window seat.
That's right. She wanted a window seat. You don't know why. And she sits right next to Liam Neeson, which is where I'd sit if I were in an action movie.
Want to be with the absolutely. And I read that you wanted to do this movie because it really reminded you of the real thrillers we grew up with.
Like in all those big action movies with a huge cast, like Towering Inferno and Poseidon Adventure, where you kind of follow a large group of people as they enter into a situation. You don't know who anyone is, how they're going to react. I always love this movie.
Yeah, and it's got you like this the whole time. You know, we have a lot of Facebook questions coming in, and not surprisingly, a lot about your co-star.
Liam.
Yeah, Sherry Laird wants to know, is Liam as awesome in person as he seems to be on screen?
He's super awesome. I think, people always ask me why audiences respond to him as an action hero, and I think he has so much personal integrity, and he's so human and wonderful and warm that you want to see someone like that take control. I mean, he doesn't feel like a superhero. He feels like a
And then when he takes
man.
control and you see that menace, he can also scare you.
It's tough, right?
A big week ahead for Lupita Nyong'o too. She's in this movie and of course up for an Oscar on Sunday night.
And we're all so excited for her. That was a magnificent performance. Really, really wonderful. So.
You know, you were a subject here on GMA last week. I don't know if you know this. we were talking about.
My babysitter told me.
Yes,
actually.
You confessed that you stalk your kids on Facebook.
Well, it's not exactly stalking. I mean, I check it. I look at it. Like, I follow my daughter on Instagram. I get all of her feeds. So,
you had a lot of supporters. We were all agreeing with you. Of course you wouldn't want to do that.
And I don't have a Facebook page, but my dad does, so he looks at my son's Facebook page, and so I keep track.
It makes a lot of sense, and of course, if you're keeping track, all the kids now following Hunger Games, and this is your next big role. You're going to play a president.
I am the president, Madam President, which is cool. It's nice to see a female president, right?
Do you it sure is. Do you understand the appeal, like this hold it has on kids?
I think the books are magnificent. I don't know if you've read them. I'm
starting to now because my daughters are getting into them.
I bought them for my son years ago, long before they were making them into movies. I actually bought him the third volume, Mockingjay. But I hadn't read them, and then I was on vacation, and my daughter was reading them, and I had nothing to read. She was playing ping pong, so I picked up the book, and I tore through them. I think they're wonderful. I mean, they're really political books with adolescent overtones, and they're pretty magnificent.
I have to thank you. I spent many hours when my daughters were a little bit younger reading Freckle-Faced Strawberry. It was so much fun. Of course, that's your children's book. And I know you've written another one called My Mom is a Foreigner, but Not to Me. Is this something to keep up?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a book about what it's like to grow up with a parent from another country. My mother was from Scotland, so the tension between those two cultures and so the person who's most familiar to you is foreign to the rest of the world. But yeah, Freckle-Faced Strawberry is going to keep going. We're moving into early readers, which is really exciting for me because I feel like that's a great place for the character, and kids really respond to her.
No, they sure do. No question about it. It's going to schools now. Nonstop is in theaters nationwide. It opens on Friday. Julianne Moore, thanks very much.